All right, guys, so my good friend John hit me up for a spanner wrench for this guy here. This is a type of nut to help fasten windows to a window track on older classic cars. I think we got just the material to do it here. Should be a pretty simple project. Let's see if we can make something up for him. All right, guys, here's the piece we just cut out on the Grove bandsaw. Come out pretty nice. That fence we made, that sure helped. Worked out perfect for this little project. All right, so we're at the Bridgeport now. I got some scribe marks there just to help you guys kind of see what's going on, but I got it centered up with the digital readout, and we're gonna drill a little pilot hole there right in the middle to accommodate the threads in the middle of this. That way I can just run a bolt through there and fasten it down, and I can get some more measurements and it's not moving all around on me. But that hole will end up getting machined out anyway. So here we go. All right, so this is what I was trying to achieve by drilling that hole through there. Now I can mount that thing on there, and you see my scribe lines up on the corners. We'll nip them off on the saw and clean them up. Then we'll figure out what we're gonna do for these two holes here. I'll have to figure out some kind of pin system. But you can see we're not gonna have a lot of room there by the time we notch out that center and then put some pins in there. So we'll have to be careful on that and figure something out. But I just want to catch you guys up here. This is where we're at. I went ahead and drilled two 532 holes there because I'm going to end up using 1032 machine screws as our dowel pins. So I found centers both ways, got them drilled out, and that's where we're at. So I'm going to go ahead and take that washer off now and tap it, and then I'll run the screws in there, and I'll show you what it looks like after I get them in there. All right, so here's our end result. Got the holes drilled and tapped. Got our machine screws in there. I think this is going to work out just right. And then this is kind of how it's going to work. Is it starting to make sense to you now? I know it's hard for you guys to understand. I got the image in my head, so I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants here. So our next step will be we'll knock these little corners off. Then I'm going to end up milling a slot in here to make it easier when he's using it. And then we'll start working on the handle. All right, so we got the corners cut off, got them cleaned up on the sander. I'm gonna go ahead and take this end mill here, and we're gonna mill this slot in here for the middle, so you don't have to take this tool and slide it up over the stud. You can just slide into it, make it a little easier. So I'll get you guys put on the tripod here, and we'll get her going. All right, so we got our slot milled in. You just seen that done on the Bridgeport. This is why we did that. See if you can see that there. So now when he comes into the part, you can just slide it in there and catches on the backside. All right, everyone. So off camera, I took this thing over to the vise and put a little bend on it. The purpose of this is so you can get your hand under there and have a little room to work. We're gonna narrow up this part here now. I'm gonna put it in the mill and take some material off of there because we're gonna make a handle to put on here. All right, so we got our piece set up in the mill. I want to take that handle. I want the overall diameter of it to be around 1.25 inches. So I got to take around 200 thou off of each side so that we can achieve that diameter. So I'll go ahead and do the one side on camera and then just do the other side off camera so it's not repeating. All right, so that's what it looks like with the one side cut. Now we'll repeat that on this side here. We'll narrow it up, and then we will start working on the handle. I just wanted to show you what we're doing there. All right, so we're back over at the Bridgeport here. You guys see me turning down this black Durlin material. I'm gonna show you my setup here. I got a little stop set up there, some brass shim stock in there to keep from marring it up. And on this end, I got a 30-degree angle block so that I can do multiple cuts here and make everything exactly the same. What I want to do here is on this, we're going to cut this piece in half and we're going to kind of sandwich this handle, you know, in between there. But I want to put a little angle cut right there just to kind of soften up that edge a little bit, and then I'll flip it and do the same thing over here. And then we'll take it to the bandsaw and we'll rip it in half and drill it and tap it, and that'll be it. All right, so got both angles cut on there. Kind of get the idea what I was doing there now. And the idea behind this is so when you grab it, it's kind of a little more user-friendly. And we'll slice this guy in half, and it's going to be something like that. We'll drill and tap it and sandwich that metal right between the two pieces. And we're almost there. I think we might throw a couple knurls on there before we slice it in half. All right, so I got a little bit ahead of myself here. I went ahead and knurled this thing like I had said I was going to in the last part of the video. And then I sliced it in half on the bandsaw. And I'm here to tell you that that was a challenge in itself. Trying to keep this thing from spinning while I was cutting it in the bandsaw was going to be the obstacle. So long story short, I ended up doing that and drilling and countersinking the holes to mount it, and it came out pretty good. The technique I used was a little double-sided tape and taped it to some V-blocks, and that helped me keep it straight while I ran through the bandsaw. But it was a little bit of an obstacle, and I was a little hesitant on how I was going to go about it. All right, so I know I said I was going to paint this thing, but as I started putting it together, I kind of like the raw material look on there. I think it looks kind of cool. This is our finished product here. I don't think it came out too bad. Pretty comfortable on the hand. Yeah, I think it'll work for him. Hope you guys liked the video.